Yeah, hey guys, Romie here. So, this is the recap for Game of Thrones, Season 6, Episode 6, Blood of My Blood. And this episode, thankfully, it's slower than last week in the sense that less truly earth-shattering, eventful moments occur. So, it gives us more time to digest it all. So, it starts off really... I felt really bad at the beginning of this episode, not only because, of course, they reminded us of Hodor's death, but also because Meera, she's the girl who was essentially helping Bran. I shouldn't say was, essentially helping Bran try and escape to, well, somewhere that isn't the White Walkers trying to kill them, you know, and I felt so bad because it was just her at this point trying to really just drag I almost said his body, but not his body, drag the thing that was holding Bran while Bran is still stuck in his visions. And she was just really trying, and she just looked so helpless and defenseless. I mean, she just kept dragging this, and mind you, this is the dead of winter at this point. And winter for them lasts for like, what, months, years? So, it was just bad. She was cold. She was dragging him, you know, up hills, down hills, through valleys, not streams because it's too cold. But you get what I'm trying to say. So I just felt, like I said, it was just so heart-wrenching. And just, Bran was just having visions, and he was seeing the past, and he was seeing what already occurred with the White Walkers, and of course with the, I call them the fairies, but the children, how they actually went and they like stalled and saved them. And he was just seeing all types of visions, past, present, future. And he also, I believe, he saw like a battle initially. There was a battle, oh yeah, the battle at the Mad King was doing, and it was just crazy because the next thing you know is he snaps out of it. He finally snaps out of it. Meera's happy because at one point Meera's just like, damn it, am I ever going to get you back type of thing? And so he snaps out of it. She's happy, and that only lasts for a moment because then Meera has to deal with the fact that now the White Walkers, or I'm going to call them the undead because they're not exactly the White Walkers, not all of them at least, they catch up because that's what Bran's like, they're here, they found us. And so she's just gonna cover him, shield him with her body. I'm like, wait a minute, Bran can't die yet, which means you can't die yet either because he needs someone to watch over him at this point. Everyone else that's been watching over him ever since he got technically older and more mature have all died, so it's up to you, Meera. Next thing you know, this guy on the horse comes, and of course, the White Walkers, well, you know, the undead, you hit them with some fire and they're gone. But like I said, a lot of them are more so just undead. So he's just going one after the other. He's going round and round and he's knocking them all out. And I'm thinking to myself, damn, this episode's kind of going pretty fast. Considering not a whole lot really didn't happen, but felt like a lot happened. Oh yeah, please like, comment, subscribe. My name is Romie. Officially Romie Omni on all social media. So go check me out on that. And aside from that, well, except for Snapchat is Romie_93. Aside from that, we have Sam talking with Gilly. Now remember, Sam is bringing Gilly to his home. Sam is a Tilly. No. Yeah, a Tilly. And so, he's rich. He comes from wealth. The thing is, his father hates groundlings. Wildlings. So, because of that, he's like, you're now a wildling. And little Sam is actually our son. Got it? You got it. My father's not a nice man, but he'll accept you. He'll accept an heir. I'm like, they're gonna take one look at him and realize this is BS, but okay. Alright, so they actually get there, and you know, Gilly was surprised because they were just treating her with so much love. And of course, little Sam, the mother wanted to hold little Sam. And I'm thinking to myself, Little Sam is blonde with blue eyes. Aside from his cute chubby face, he looks nothing like Sam. But I guess, you know, for the sake of it all, they're gonna go with it. Sam's finally a man, they're gonna go with it. Anyway, so we have Tommen, and he's with the High Sparrow. And so, I hope I said the three-eyed raven and not the three-eyed sparrow. It's the three-eyed raven if I said the three-eyed sparrow. So, because that's what Bran's officially, that's what he is now. He's taken over for that post, whether he wanted to or not. Anyway, so we have Tommen who's talking with the three-eyed sparrow. I mean, not the three-eyed sparrow, with the High Sparrow. And the High Sparrow's just like, we shouldn't be enemies. We shouldn't be fighting with each other. And he was like, do you want to see Margaery? Of course Tommen does. That's his one true love. That's what he lost his V to. Ew, it just sounds gross saying. Anyway, so he goes and embraces her. And I'm like, okay. Here we go with the BS. This is Margaery we're talking about. Margaery talks about how she's been so changed. She's made anew. How she understands that her and her good deeds, they weren't really good deeds. What she actually did before was she made herself look like she was helping the people, but she was really helping her public image. And I thought so too. I thought that Margaery was overall nice, but also she had an agenda. And she still has an agenda. She wants to get out of there. And so she goes and tells Tommen that, the High Sparrow isn't wrong. And that, of course, with her brother, her good old brother, he has a beautiful soul, but his evil deeds have clouded and muddied his soul. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of deep. But again, so it's like, we all must atone. I'm like, Margaery, I smell bull. I call bull, 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 bull. Now, we have, what's his name? Randall Tully? Not Tully. Tully? There's something about him. Why is it that all of these, I'm not going to say old men, but these older men who are technically lords of their house, why do they all look the same? They all look the damn same. I'm looking at him like, wait a minute. Didn't I just see you before? And didn't we kill you already? And didn't we kill another person that looked just like you already? It's either that or he was involved with, maybe with the Lannisters or something like that. And so I just don't remember that. Anyway, so we have Sam who's back home, Samuel, and of course with his brother and sister. And it's very odd because you can tell that his father doesn't approve of him. Sam wanted to get more bread, and he was just like, damn, don't you think your fat ass has had enough bread for a lifetime type of thing? I'm just like, oh, poor Sam. Sam's clearly been someone who's just been beaten up his whole life at home. And his siblings, thankfully his siblings don't seem bad. His brother, it's either his brother or his brother-in-law, is clearly his father's favorite, but the whole thing is his father's over the fact that his firstborn is a fat wimp. Let's just be honest, is a fat wimp. He has courage and has good intentions where it counts for us, but as far as being a nobleman and being strong and all of that, I mean, the bread was huge though, so I could see how Sam got big quickly. And they were talking about how, oh yeah, they went out hunting, and he was just like, oh yeah, this food's delicious. It was like, this is the latest catch. This was like, no, actually, this is from last week. Yeah, clearly winter hasn't been so great as far as their food supply. But aside from that, it's just like, yeah, we normally hunt, big game. And it was just like, oh yeah, well, Sam hunts too. It's just like, well, some squirrels, a rabbit. But I didn't really do it. It was Jon Snow who more so did it. And of course, his father's pissed. It's just like, you couldn't even hunt a damn squirrel? Are you kidding me? Those squirrels are very agile. I will give them that. Because Gilly is trying to stand up for her man. She's trying to stand up for what she thinks is right. She doesn't approve of how the father's treating Sam. And so when she keeps talking more about how they actually came down from the Night's Watch and all that, it's just like, came down. Wait a minute. Where are you from, girl? A small town north. Where? How far north? And it's just like, yes, I'm a grounder. And so he was just like, you brought this grounder. I was okay with her being a whore, possibly, a town whore. But she's a grounder? She is a grounder. So you're telling me, you brought a grounder. You had sex with your child with a grounder. I knew I didn't like your ass. I knew I didn't like your ass. I knew it. I knew it. So his father's over and it's just like, you know what? I'll accept her. She's going to go and she's going to be a maid. Her son's going to live and be taught by us. And you will never be allowed to step foot in this house ever again. Do you hear me? It was just like, you disgust me to Gilly. And of course, his wife was over it because his wife isn't intolerant. His daughter isn't intolerant. They were just like, you know what? Let you go and handle yourself. Be with yourself right now because we can't deal with this type of person, this type of personality. So I was like, oh, so those are the people who actually shaped Sam. Because I'm like, Sam is too kind-hearted and all of that to be shaped by his father. So it's clearly his mother and his sister who had a lot of influence over him. Thank God. And again, either his brother or his brother-in-law doesn't seem like a bad person either. He just seems like, I'm going to shut up, be quiet, eat this meat, and be good. That sounds weird. And be good. And one thing I did catch was the father did say, you know what? I respect that grounder girl a lot more than you because at least she has guts and moxie and did something that you never could, which is stand up to me. I was just like, yeah, that's usually how it works. That's usually how it works. So Sam goes and he gives his speech of a lifetime. It's just like, you're going to stay here. You're going to be good. Your son's going to be raised to read and write. You'll be taken care of overall. I'm like, look, the father will probably kill her the first chance he really gets. Let's just be honest. I'm like, I do not trust him, Sam. They cannot be trusted. Your mother, yes. Your sister, yes. Your potential either brother or brother-in-law, yes. But not your father. Not your father. So I'm so glad when Sam came back into the room. It was just like, look, we're all going. Where? It doesn't matter where. We're just all going. We're getting out of here. And he actually goes and he takes the sword. Now, mind you, the sword is made of Valyrian steel. That's the only thing, or one of the few only things that can actually kill a White Walker. So it's very important that, let's not forget that Sam takes that sword. Sam killed the White Walker before. So, again, it's very important. Now, Aya is watching that play again. And so, there's this really impactful scene by Lady Crane, who is playing Cersei. And when, you know, the first evil, annoying king, low boy king died. But Lady Crane delivers this amazing monologue. I mean, by their standards. And so she just felt so moved by it. But it wasn't moved enough to not put the poison in Lady Crane's wine. Anyway, so while she's backstage trying to leave out, Lady Crane's just like, wait a minute. So I've seen you back here before. What's going on? She's just like, nothing. She's just like, how many times have you been to the show? 3 times. So in those 3 times, did you pay? It's like, no. So it's like, I remember not having money. I remember when, you know, the theater people would come and do their play and stuff. And how I would always go and sneak in because I just have to see them. There's just something just so special about it. And I was just saying how, you know, you're really great. But how you delivered that scene at the end, it wasn't realistic. Now remember, she knows how it really went down. So she was just like, you know, your son died, so you just whimpering and crying automatically doesn't make sense. You want revenge. You want vengeance. And so that's what you're going to go after. You're not going to go after this whole, oh my God, woe is me, my baby. No, you're more so like, I'm going to kill each and every last one of these mother effers that killed my child. So after she said that, she was just like, Lady Crane's just like, you have expressive eyes. You have such expressive eyes. And so, of course, she's just like, okay, but I gotta go. Because Lady Crane probably was gonna go and recruit her for the play. But Aya was just like, look, I have to go. My father's outside. I was just like, oh, your father. Your father's outside. And so you have to go. And so we're like, okay. look at these people. And Lady Kratom's actually going to go and suggest the fact that maybe they could change up the play. And everyone was pissed because they're just like, who are you? You're nothing. We're nothing either, so it's not anything better. But you're nothing. You are nothing. You know that, right? You're nothing. So you sit there, shut up, read your lines, and that's it. I'm just like, damn. And so then when she's about to take that sip, Aya comes in, it's just like, no. And then I was just like, you know, her over there, girly over there, that played my sister. I believe it was the one that played her sister in the reenactment. She's just like, she's trying to kill you. And she walks right out. I'm just like, Aya, the many-faced god's going to kill you now. Because as we knew, what's her name? Willa? She was lurking, watching Aya's every move, and was so excited when Aya failed. She ran back to the many-faced god and she's just like, yep, she didn't do it. She failed. It's just like, it's a pity. She had such potential. And she was just like, so can I kill her? She's just like, yeah, but don't make her suffer. And it's just like, okay. Of course she walks out of there excited because she knows she's going to try and make her suffer. Aya goes and gets Needle, her little sword back. And Aya remembers who she is. She remembers that she can't just go and walk this earth just blind and just do as she's told. That was never her personality. So why is she going to start now? And she goes and hides out. So we'll see how long it is before she goes and fights her way out of there and eventually reunites with her family. Woo! Now we have Margaery's father. What is it? Her father? I'm not sure in what relation is it to her family. But someone from her family, I think maybe her father, comes into town and it's just like, yes, so we're going to get back my daughter and son. Oh, maybe it was her father. And it's talking with Jaime Lannister. And so they march right in to the middle of town because, of course, the High Sparrow has Margaery she's going to do her walk of shame is how I call it. It's her walk of atonement. But I'm calling it her walk of shame. So Jaime was just like, look, if you don't want all your religious people dead, you're going to go and do as I say. And he was just like, you know, under normal circumstances, they would die for me. And they showed one of the Lancasters who was reformed, just like, die? That wasn't a part of the plan. But what ends up happening in the end is no one has to die today because she doesn't have to do her walk. Who comes out of the church? None other than Tommen and his forces now have new armor that shows how the crown has joined forces with the church. And so this is where church and state officially become one in their show. And Jaime and everyone else, a part of the royal family, is pissed because Tommen's just like, you know, from now on the church will be, like I said, joined with the kingdom. And I'm thinking to myself, Margaery, I know you did this. Margaery is slick. I knew I like her, but I didn't trust her. That's the thing. You can like someone and not trust someone. And that's what I get from Margaery. Margaery seems like the type to go and do something like this. To get Tommen to go and agree to something like this. Because Tommen was already halfway there. The High Sparrow has been poisoning his mind. So now you have Margaery who has him pee-whipped. And so she can get him to do whatever he wants, really. And Jaime gets stripped from his title. And he gets told that he has to go and get back River Run. That is what he's meant to do. He's not meant to be by his son's side. I'm thinking, damn, this is so messed up. Did they ever really talk about the fact that Jaime is Tommen's father? Did that full conversation ever come out? Or was it just assumed and that's how we're going to take it, but I'm still going to treat you like you're my uncle type of thing? This is so messed up. So Tommen casts him aside. I'm just like, Tommen, you're messing up here. You're messing up here. Now we have Lord Frey, who is just like, look, I'm going to do whatever I want. Oh yeah, side note, did Tommen look like he was possibly reading from like a teleprompter right before he had to deliver his lines to Jaime. Did anyone notice him looking to the right, but not necessarily or anything? So, yeah, Lord Frey's just like, look, we are going to do whatever it takes to rule. To rule what? What was it he was trying to rule? It was annoying because I'm gonna just be honest. This part kind of confused me. So I have my notes. Oh yeah, his sons went and weren't able to maintain River Run. They lost River Run, and so now Lord Frey is going to use Lord Edmure Tully as leverage. So, because remember, Brendan Tully, aka Blackfish, took over River Run. So we have that. Now Jaime and Cersei talk about how, no, this is stupid. This is ridiculous. I can't believe that this happened, that we're being cast aside. It's like, no, we're not being cast aside. Our time will come again where we are in power. Don't worry about that. You're going to go and you're going to secure our family's stronghold. You're going to go and do that. I'm going to make sure that things are set in place here so that when you come back, we'll be good. Don't worry about it. So we get past that, and I had to go back past that quickly because because I'm like, y'all are brother and sister. Y'all are nasty. I don't care. Y'all nasty. Y'all nasty. Y'all nasty. So the second to last scene is now we have Bran and Mira find out who this guy is that saved them. Of course, it's a Stark. It's, what's his name? Benjen? What is this dude's name? Benjen Stark. And Benjen Stark was believed to be killed. Remember, we thought that he was initially killed by the White Walker army, killed by someone at least, when after he, of course, helped Jon Snow get to the Night's Watch. No, what actually happened was he was stabbed, but the children went and saved him and used dragon glass, stabbed in his heart, and that's how he didn't become a White Walker. So I'm thinking to myself, now we're finding out a couple of ways to deal with these White Walkers. Okay, fire, Valyrian steel, dragon glass. Alright, just remember that. Just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. And there really wasn't much there afterwards. Now we have Mother of Dragons, and I'm calling her Mother of Dragons today after all of her other titles, because the Mother of Dragons is reunited with her biggest and baddest dragon of all, Drogon. And I'm like, okay, here we go, because it just didn't feel right have her 6 episodes in and her not have any interaction with her dragons. This doesn't make sense. I'm like, this isn't season 1 again. Like, what's going on? This isn't season 2, 3, 4. Stop it. So, anyway, so she goes off in the distance because she's like, something feels different. Something feels off. And next time we see her, she's on her dragon. She gives this rebel-rousing speech of how, look, we're going to go. You're going to get on those wooden horses. We're going to cross the seas. We're going to conquer everyone. We're going to do it because I am a conqueror. She's the queen. You are her subjects. And you'll follow her because you are warriors. You are her blood riders. And it's not just a few of you. It's all of you. You got it? And of course, they're like, yeah, yeah. So, woo. I was just like, Lord Jesus. Thankfully, they're warriors, because if it was anyone else, they probably would have ran as soon as they saw those damn that dragon. I mean, he's bigger and badder than ever. So there's that. So that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe. I do a myriad of videos and talk about a myriad of topics, TV reviews. So, like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Come back next week. And next week is going to be good.